We, the people of Southwest Airlines, pledge to give America the freedom to fly.
I look down upon the mountains high, across the rolling plains I've learned to fly. I'll take you with me across the skies, bring you together, watch you say goodbye. Take a look at life from the silver wings. There's so much out there you can't see. I am here to help you live your dreams. Let Southwest set you free. I give America the freedom to fly. Every day I do my best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest.
This new song, The Spirit of Southwest, is dedicated to all of our people who go above and beyond the call of duty. To the Oklahoma Reservation Center, who have adopted the entire Baltimore station in their battle with Metrojet. To Sam Parks, who takes keepsake Polaroids of children in the captain's seat. To Greg Kelleher, who treats every customer like a guest. To Lorraine Kester, who volunteers her time to escort adopted orphans to their new families. To First Officer Mitch Jimenez, who pre-flighted an aircraft for the Houston Ramp crew on a busy day. To Tammy Walker-Jones, who volunteered her Thanksgiving Day to serve flight attendants a holiday lunch. To Byron Hughes, who still gets praise from a passenger he comforted years ago when her sister passed away. To Jim Parrow, who helped raise money for the Employee Catastrophic Fund. To Adrian LaRoche, who personally drove an elderly passenger to visit an old friend who lived 40 miles from the airport. To Uli Lopez, who was there for Flash Gordon when his wife was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. To Teresa Laraba, who met a customer over 14 years ago who remains a true friend today. To Mike Mitchell, who still arrives 15 minutes early every day after 28 years. To Tricia Vadney, who discovered that she can make someone's day with just a kind word and a smile. To our people in Tulsa, who provide a love cart stocked with drinks and snacks for children on long delays. And to all our Southwest people who join us in our pledge to give America the freedom to fly.
I will take you from sea to shining sea. I am here for your friends and family, for new arrivals, both large and small. I am here for you when duty calls. Take these wings, I'll show you how to fly. Through my eyes, you will see. In my arms, I've held a million dreams. Let Southwest set you free. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I am here if you need to get away. For all the games I know you love to play, I'll be beside you with the changing of the seasons. I am here for oh so many reasons. Listen close, your heart will let you know. There's so much out there you can see. Take these wings, they'll fly you to your dreams. Let Southwest set you free. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America
freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I am the spirit of Southwest.
You are the spirit of Southwest. In 1998, Southwest Airlines celebrated its 26th consecutive year of profitability and 25th consecutive year of profit sharing. That record is, I believe, almost a miracle, and at the very least, it's unequaled in the history of commercial aviation. But it's not the figure itself that's important. What is important is what that statistic, what that figure, that 26 consecutive years of profitability means in human terms, what it means to the lives of our people, what it means to you. Our 26-year string of profitability means that Southwest Airlines is still alive. During that period, many unprofitable airlines died. Our 26-year string of profitability means that Southwest Airlines has been able to provide job security for our people. During that time, many other airlines have fired and furloughed. Our 26-year string of profitability means that Southwest Airlines has been able to provide wage and benefit increases for our people. During that period, many other airlines have provided wage and benefit cuts for their people. Our 26-year string of profitability means that Southwest has been able to provide profit sharing for our people. You can't share profits if you don't have any. As I reminded last year, Samuel Gompers, the consensus founder of the American labor movement, stated, "The worst injury a company can do to its employees is not to make a profit." I am proud that Southwest Airlines has, for 26 years, not injured its people. Not injured its people by not making a profit. So it is really because of its personal meaning, really because of its human meaning, its meaning in your lives, and to the fulfillment of your lives, that I am very, very pleased that 1998 produced all-time record profit sharing for all of our people of $120,697,000. As you know, this profit-sharing number by itself represents an average addition to each employee's 1998 annual compensation of about 13.7%. Southwest Airlines established the first profit-sharing plan in the American airline industry in 1973. Southwest established that profit-sharing plan voluntarily. Southwest's contributions to your profit-sharing plan have produced a total market value for you, our people, of not just 1 million, of not just 10 million, of not just $100 million, but of over $1 billion. That profit-sharing figure is a remarkable figure, a remarkable achievement. But the recurring question, as it always is, the recurring question is, will our achievements in the future be as splendid as our achievements in the past? The answer to that lies, I believe, in each of us, in whether each of us realizes, with respect to the performance of each of our jobs, that each of us does make a difference, for better or for worse, every day. If each of us can say truthfully that I make a positive difference each day, that I do my personal best each day, that I am focused on how I perform each day in my job, then our achievements of the future will not just equal, they will tremendously surpass our achievements of the past. Personal responsibility and personal accountability to oneself and for oneself will assure our future its brightness rather than its darkness. Every day, we must face up to the threat posed to Southwest Airlines' future by direct airline competition. The United Shuttle, Delta Express, Metrojet, Reno Air, and their wealthy and rather doting parents and sponsors, the mega carriers of the United States. Every day, we must face up to the threat of competition from American Transair, America West, and AirTran, apparently to be augmented later this year by National Airlines, focused on Las Vegas, and New Air, focused on Kennedy Airport in New York. Every day, we must face up to the threat that 65 to 70% of our total available seat miles, our total capacity, will be competing against lower fare, lower cost competition. Lower cost, lower fare competition mounted or supported, in many cases, by air carriers much larger than Southwest Airlines or with much lower labor costs than Southwest Airlines. But we can prevail, and we will triumph over these formidable adversaries through the only recipe for victory in our business. That recipe is low costs based on employee and equipment productivity, low costs which enable us to be profitable while simultaneously charging low fares. Can you imagine a Southwest Airlines without low fares? And in addition to low costs, high spirits, which translate into job enjoyment, which translate into unity with each other, and which translate into great customer service. Can you imagine a Southwest Airlines without great customer service? Southwest is different from its competitors for two basic reasons: lower fares and the way our people make customers feel good about flying Southwest and feel good about doing business with our people. Last year, I dwelt at some length on the subject of tribalism, the tribalism that occurs when any subgroup of people within an organization, whether it be a maintenance base, a crew base, a res center, a geographic region, or perhaps a or perhaps a department, starts thinking of themselves as a detached little island, unconnected to the mainland, separate from all other groups, so that they begin to believe that they are superior, that their customs, their ideas, and their attitudes are the equivalent of the laws of nature. Tribalism breaks up countries. Tribalism breaks apart companies. Tribalism causes internecine wars. Tribalism promotes family feuds. Tribalism destroys parent-teacher associations. Tribalism ruins sports teams. And tribalism can ruin Southwest Airlines.
Tribalism is nothing but an unthinking orgy of self-destruction, and it can, and it will, destroy our airline if we don't understand what it is, if we don't stop it in its tracks, and if we don't destroy it in its infancy. Tribalism is the evil enemy of altruism, and tribalism is the evil foe of teamwork, two of the core values of Southwest Airlines. Those core values which primarily distinguish Southwest from all other airlines and most other organizations of any kind, anywhere in the world. Tonight, I voyage a little further on the subject of tribalism by examining its opposite, its reverse, its antidote. What is that opposite, that reverse, that antidote to tribalism? Put simply, it is personal responsibility and personal accountability for one's own actions. For one's own actions as those actions affect others, as they affect internal customers, our teammates, and external customers, our livelihood. Personal responsibility is the reverse of tribalism. No finger pointing, no self-exaltation, no blaming of others, no playing the perpetual victim, but instead an individual and an internal assessment of the intensely personal and intensely ethical questions. What did I do? Did I serve others? Did I help others? Did I make a positive contribution? Did I lead by the example of my own conduct and my own behavior? Did I screw things up? Can I do better in the future? Do I make a positive difference? Position and title, in and of themselves, mean absolutely nothing. In the very last analysis, even the most exalted ruler on the most grandiose throne in the universe sits on the same seat we all do every day, our butts. Greatness is not a matter of attire, and greatness is not a matter of status and not a matter of appearance. Greatness is not superficial. Greatness is a matter of personal responsibility and of personal accountability. Greatness is a matter of personal behavior and of personal performance. Tom Brokaw, the anchor of NBC Nightly News, has just written a book entitled The Greatest Generation. The book is about the generation of Americans that won World War II, the generation also portrayed in the movie Saving Private Ryan. Through the lives of some of its members, he describes some outstanding values of that generation: devotion to duty, a heightened sense of honor, modesty in deportment, economy in living, courage, dedication to service of others, and love of family and country. Those are all magnificent traits, and those are all magnificent values. But what quality is anointed as that generation's greatest virtue? What do you think is regarded as its most laudable attribute? It is a simple, yet most powerful and profound quality. And I quote, above all, responsibility for oneself. What does Tom Brokaw mean by personal responsibility? The personal responsibility and personal accountability to and for oneself that won World War II. Let me give you a few examples. Margaret Ringenberg, who safely landed a warplane with a dead engine, even though she was ordered to parachute to safety. She said, you know, those cockpits are kind of hard to get out of. Leonard Lomel, who did not think that being shot in the side was important enough to interfere with his business of that day. The business of scaling a cliff under fire and destroying 5 enemy artillery pieces. Mary Louise Roberts, who kept on supervising surgical operations as enemy shrapnel whipped through her operating tent, and who received the Silver Star for valor, and who said, you know, I don't much like tents anymore. Bob Bush, who kept a wounded Marine officer alive with one hand while fighting off an enemy charge with the other. And all the women and all the men on the home front who rallied to produce the truly stupendous flow of munitions and of supplies needed to make the war front victorious. I have said many times that it is the intangibles, not the tangibles. It is the things of the spirit and it is the things of the will, that those are the things that make Southwest different, that make Southwest special, and that make Southwest great. Great in its devotion to the well-being of each other. Great in its devotion to the well-being of the American people. And great in its devotion to personal responsibility, the intangible quality that does indeed make Southwest a symbol of freedom for us and for all. Today, we don't have the opportunity to be heroines or heroes in the vivid, in the dramatic, and indeed in the blood-curdling ways of the generation of World War II. But after World War II, that greatest generation went on to live lives that were full. They were lives that were full of personal responsibility, and they were lives that were full of service to others. And we do, each of us, have the opportunity to display the same spirit, the same sense of personal responsibility that won World War II and produced a bountiful peace thereafter. We have that opportunity in a multitude of very important ways. Our video tonight with our new song, The Spirit of Southwest, demonstrates and it celebrates these ways, the ways in which our people every day display the winning spirit of World War II, the winning spirit of the productive peace after World War II, and the winning spirit of Southwest Airlines. By way of example, the winning spirit and sense of personal responsibility of the Oklahoma Reservation Center, which has adopted the entire Baltimore station during its battle with Metrojet. ORC did not say, it's your battle, not mine. ORC said, it's our battle, and we're in it with you. The people of ORC took personal responsibility for the outcome. By way of further example, the winning spirit of all of our people who every day display the personal responsibility of being the best at doing their jobs so we can each do our jobs better for each other and for the traveling public. Each person who does his or her job better out of a sense of personal responsibility, each of those persons is a heroine or a hero to all of us and to those whom they helped and whom they supported. Each is personally responsible. Each is accountable. They perform. They don't blame others. They don't blame circumstances for lack of performance. They are personally responsible, and they are personally accountable to us and to themselves. France fell to the Nazis easily and quickly at the very beginning of World War II, despite having a huge army. The day the stormtroopers marched through Paris was one of the sickest and one of the saddest days in the history of humankind. A great nation had fallen. A great nation was defeated. French Marshal Henri Pétain, a hero of World War I and a goat in World War II, was asked why France collapsed so quickly. He gave this truly sorrowful answer. Our spirit of enjoyment was greater than our spirit of sacrifice. We wanted to have more than we wanted to give. We tried to spare effort and thus met disaster. I don't ever want Southwest Airlines to meet disaster. I don't ever want Southwest Airlines to fall. I don't ever want Southwest Airlines to be defeated. I want Southwest Airlines to be always strong and triumphant, to be always job secure for our people and their families, to be always one of the 10 best places to work in America, to be always one of the 10 most admired companies in America, to be always the most admired airline in America, and to be always number one in the airline quality rating. All of the things that we are right now, today. I believe that we can. I believe that you can continue the success of the last 26 years for the next 26 years. Do you know why I believe that? I believe it because the vast majority of our people have the spirit. Above all, the sense of personal responsibility for oneself and for one's own actions or performance that was the principal factor in winning World War II. Tom Brokaw calls the generation that won World War II the greatest generation. Do you know what our people, the Southwest people of today, have in common with that generation of yesterday? You, the people of Southwest Airlines, are the greatest generation in the history of the airline industry. In the words of Winston Churchill, wartime Prime Minister of Great Britain, if we brace ourselves to our duties, our jobs, and so bear ourselves in our conduct, that Southwest Airlines will last for 1,000 years, people will still say, this was Southwest Airlines' finest hour. And I ask you, could anything better ever be said of us? Perhaps some of you think that the parallel I have drawn between the greatest generation that won World War II and you, the greatest generation in the history of the airline industry, is somewhat of a stretch, perhaps somewhat fanciful, or maybe even far-fetched. a product of my fevered and sometimes intoxicated imagination. It is not, and I can prove that it is not. Some years ago, a Southwest customer sent me his distinguished flying cross, the medal which he won in World War II, the medal which I wear tonight. What is the Distinguished Flying Cross? It is a medal won by those who distinguish themselves by heroism in the face of danger, those who go well above and well beyond the call of duty. Why did this customer send me his cherished Distinguished Flying Cross from World War II? Why did this customer give us the symbol of his personal valor, his heroism during World War II? Why did this member of the greatest generation honor Southwest Airlines with this extraordinary personal gift? I'll tell you what he actually said. I am sending you my Distinguished Flying Cross from World War II because Southwest Airlines, your people, display the spirit and display the unity and the dedication that enabled the United States of America to win World War II. That is a superlative tribute from a member of the greatest generation to the members of the greatest generation in the history of the airline business. And when I think about it, you know, the greatest generation that won World War II, and you, the greatest generation in the history of the airline industry, are really but one. Are really one in heart, are really one in mind, are really one in spirit, and are really one in attitude. The proudest thing anyone can say each day is, I make a difference. The proudest thing anyone can say to grandchildren is, I made a difference. So let's all continue to be proud together by individually making a difference. Making a difference as a part of the greatest generation in the history of the airline industry. You are anointed. You are chosen. You are great. You are responsible. And you are accountable. You are the greatest generation in the history of the airline industry. And I dearly, dearly love each one of you for that fact. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We, the people of Southwest Airlines, pledge to give America the freedom to fly.
I look down upon the mountains high, across the rolling plains I've learned to fly. I'll take you with me across the skies, bring you together watch you say goodbye. Take a look at life from the silver wings. There's so much out there you can't see. I am here to help you live your dreams. Let Southwest set you free. I give America the freedom to fly. Every day I do my best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest.
This new song, The Spirit of Southwest, is dedicated to all of our people who go above and beyond the call of duty. To the Oklahoma Reservation Center, who have adopted the entire Baltimore station in their battle with Metrojet. To Sam Parks, who takes keepsake Polaroids of children in the captain's seat. To Greg Kelleher, who treats every customer like a guest. To Lorraine Kester, who volunteers her time to escort adopted orphans to their new families. To First Officer Mitch Jimenez, who pre-flighted an aircraft for the Houston Ramp crew on a busy day. To Tammy Walker-Jones, who volunteered her Thanksgiving Day to serve flight attendants a holiday lunch. To Byron Hughes, who still gets praise from a passenger he comforted years ago when her sister passed away. To Jim Parrow, who helped raise money for the Employee Catastrophic Fund. To Adrian LaRoche, who personally drove an elderly passenger to visit an old friend who lived 40 miles from the airport. To Uli Lopez, who was there for Flash Gordon when his wife was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. To Teresa Larraba, who met a customer over 14 years ago who remains a true friend today. To Mike Mitchell, who still arrives 15 minutes early every day after 28 years. To Tricia Vadney, who discovered that she can make someone's day with just a kind word and a smile. To our people in Tulsa, who provide a love cart stocked with drinks and snacks for children on long delays. And to all our Southwest people who join us in our pledge to give America the freedom to fly.
I will take you from sea to shining sea. I am here for your friends and family, for new arrivals, both large and small. I am here for you when duty calls. Take these wings, I'll show you how to fly. Through my eyes, you will see. In my arms, I've held a million dreams. Let Southwest set you free. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I am here if you need to get away. For all the games I know you love to play, I'll be beside you with the changing of the seasons. I am here for oh so many reasons. Listen close, your heart will let you know. There's so much out there you can see. Take these wings, they'll fly you to your dreams. Let Southwest set you free. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I give America freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I am the spirit of Southwest.
You are the spirit of Southwest.